Hello, viewers. My name is Adam.
I'm Aaron.
This is Seeking Me Productions. Bring you a movie review.
Okay, so we went ahead and we saw Nope.
The appropriate title for any type of thriller or horror movie.
Oh yeah, you in the know. You in the know.
This is our first time reviewing a Jordan Peele production.
But it is not the first time we saw one of his productions at all. Of course, we saw his critically acclaimed Get Out, and we also saw Us.
Yeah, and we also saw his produced and written film, the reboot of Candyman. We're not saying that name anymore.
Yeah, no, but we made y'all know.
He's been a very hot commodity as a mostly anticipated director in the 2010s modern era of Hollywood.
And I mean, like I said, if you saw Get Out and you saw Us, you know really how talented he truly is. Especially having jumped out from his earlier career as being a comic and a performer himself, and then having transitioned into the directorial role. And I gotta give him praise.
And he's an Oscar winner to boot as a screenwriter when he made his debut film of Get Out, which. And it is one of the most highly influential films of our era, mainly of how it's able to basically be such a very important film socially and also in the basically helping pave the way for many careers forward.
Specifically for those of the Black African American community. But we're here to talk about where this movie stands, and I gotta say, this is definitely a movie you really need to see for yourself.
So Nope is Jordan Peele's third feature-length film, and it is like he's still staying within the thriller horror spectrum, that genre space.
When you find your space, it's okay to latch on and actually really dig in deep. And it's been a true ride to see where he goes with it. And I'm looking forward to see where else he's going to take it further down the road. But when it came to this particular film, I definitely feel as though from all of his other works, this is where he really pulled out all the stops out as far as I'm concerned.
Like, it's a good stepping forward into directing much more bigger scope films.
Exactly.
Especially with the canvas that that this particular film is laid off.
And the situation for where it was actually filmed in, too. Because this is also a film that was produced and scripted and written and directed during a global pandemic.
You cannot tell that it was hindered by that type of obstacle.
But if you actually, knowing that particular obstacle existed and then having seen it, you definitely see just how ingenious he was and actually directed it the way it is presented.
So we here on this channel, we try our best never to discuss any particular details of the plot.
And that's definitely a case where you have to take in for almost actually all of his films. There is almost always certainly when you look at Peele's work, it definitely mirrors other directors like Quentin Tarantino and
Alfred Hitchcock.
Definitely, you might even consider to extent M. Night Shyamalan to some extent. Where there is a unique aspect to the story or something goes down in the film where there's definitely a bigger revelation. And that is definitely true here. And it's definitely a case in which this is not a movie you want someone to spoil for you.
But from what we can tell you about the premise, if you haven't know, is about a person a character by the name of O.J. Hayward. He is the sole owner of a horse ranch that he works alongside Hollywood to help produce help breed and train horses for stunt work.
And he is not alone in this endeavor. He is, of course, also joined by his sister M, short for Emerald, played by the phenomenal Keke Palmer. But of course, there is something looming over the farm and the whole event itself, where there is a particular mysterious entity or force that seems to be trying to take over, or if not, cause damage and mayhem, as it were.
Hmm. Now, there is a particular single phrase that can describe this film that we will try our best not to say because it will instantly spoil the film.
It really, really.
But it does echoes, structurally, it echoes very much some of classic Hollywood type of films in this genre space.
Oh yeah.
It's particularly with one director who is highly known, but I also don't want to say that director's name because if you don't even because it also will ruin the film.
Let's put it this way, itself.
But what we can do is discuss how much, even though that structurally it is very simple,
Mm-hmm.
and how it lays out how the plot plays out. This movie operates on so many levels, on a thematic level,
Oh yes.
based on how characters are treated.
Mm-hmm.
Is deep cut satire on basically the behind the scenes of how Hollywood works.
Mm-hmm. I guess there's one phrase where I definitely say you definitely can say it echoes the whole film in and of itself, and very much is the structure behind why this film exists. And I would definitely say it's a movie about relationships.
Like how you show empathy towards common or different type of people or things, and
What you put stock into, and that's basically the whole nutshell of it all, without having to go further into detail. Yes, if you've seen trailers and you heard some people talk about the movie, obviously there is a sci-fi element to it, and that is all that we can say going forward, talking about the story or anything else that really involves it on that front.
let's go into characters.
OJ.
Played by Daniel Kaluuya, he is clearly this is his second lead role, being starring in a Jordan Peele production.
Look, you got a great director, and you have great talent, and when they work together, there's just pure brilliance and awesomeness to go all around. And this is very much I would say Daniel Kaluuya's on one of his more sober roles, or sophomore roles, where he's very much not really, I don't want to say silent.
He's stoic.
Yeah, very stoic character, and he really works for him. He really works choose scenery as it, when you pay attention to what he's doing on screen.
Very much of a silent actor.
Silent hero in certain respects.
Most of his reaction is physical.
Mm-hmm. The whole 9 yards when it comes to basically saying and doing what you want, what you mean, without truly having to say it, or word out what you want to express. Is foil to that is the character of Emerald, being played by Keke Palmer. Definitely out there, and
very flashy role compared to Dan.
Very energetic.
Role. Yes, she is. They bounce off each other like a very good comedic duo, like something akin to a buddy cop situation, where you have the very straight-laced person with a more higher end individual that contrast with each other very well.
But it doesn't definitely go completely over the top, or completely going too far. She does know how, both of these characters know how, and actors know how to really end, especially for the more dramatic and serious aspects that has to be expressed in the scenes that they're in, and for the story overall.
This features a upcoming actor by the name of Brandon Perea.
Oh, I can't wait to see more of his work.
He plays an IT tech individual that helps them with security.
By the name of Angel, if I'm not mistaken.
He has some very innovative character moments that
has to be seen to be believed.
Yeah. A lot of it, like he helped add to he compliments Keke Palmer's he
compliments both of them. Like I said, he's a perfect compliment to the film and to the story and those characters in and of themselves.
Like he's very much a good reactionary, a reactionary type of actor, but helps balances out what is that's being shown on an expositional level, but also on how to help navigate through it.
And then also we have an inclusion of behind the scene talent coming to the front scene in the form of the cinematographer role in this.
He's played by Michael Wincott, who plays the character of Antlers. He helps help with a good commentary aspect on the Hollywood front, and how important how this film highly significant like highlights the importance of the filmic the cinematographer role,
and the movie making experience in and of itself, the history behind this, which is incredibly rich.
Like if anything, he's like because of how the movie plays out, his role is very similar to a character archetype, to a character archetype that's very utilized in the horror thriller genre, but is done through the perspective of a unique perspective of a cinematographer.
And then going from there, we can finally go into
Steven Yeun. Steven Yeun, known for his work as Glenn in The Walking Dead. His role, I will have to agree with another review for some reviewers that he doesn't really does much in the form of showcasing his own talents on a more emotional part.
Yeah, it's not. Let's put it this way: this is definitely not a role in which he wanted to take out as being a standout for himself. This is definitely a case in which he was taking on this particular persona, this particular presence, to help guide and increase the rich aspect of the story itself.
Yeah, his role is heavily important because his role is mainly told, like the significance of his role is told through flashbacks, because it's very much important to what ultimately is revealed in the film, and the way they use flashbacks in this film for his role in particular helps on an expositional level, but also on a thematic level.
Which goes back to the point. This is a film where you have to pay attention to what is being told to you. Every aspect is nothing in this film is a throwaway.
Yeah, and the only negative aspect I would say for the characters front is that they cast Keith David as the father of the two main lead siblings, and I wish we could have gotten more of that because of how much because we were talking about more relationships. Is a good is one of the major themes of the story. But let's talk about one of the main reasons why we would like to also basically we're really praising this film on a production level.
Oh yeah, this is a movie you watch it on the biggest screen possible that you can find. If you're still able to get one, do it that way.
Or make sure you have a very big screen TV once this is available to streaming on home video, because the film takes in a lot of this. You realize is open space canvas of the open air, the outskirts of Hollywood to full effect, because you have very wide, vast plains of
and scenery that is very much on both the foreground and the middle ground, and every aspect of this film is something that is trying to show you, is something that you need to pay attention to. So this is definitely something where you're going to want the best canvas, the best screen in order to actually take it all in.
Yeah, they have a cinematographer who usually works with Christopher Nolan to help bring about the huge IMAX feel of it. Because most of this film was filmed on IMAX,
and that scope is truly expressed.
Especially, but how the movie plays out, even though most of the film is shot on the open exterior shots, a lot of the film is progressed on an escalation level. So I can understand some type of hesitation on how a lot of some modern audiences might not think that this film is all that, but because most of the bigger scope ambitious things does happen in the third act, that I really don't want people to dismiss it.
Sometimes it's okay to take the time to express what you need the audience to understand for them to get the story.
From right here on this film in particular, I would say that it has one of the best climactic moments and most innovative and original moments put the film.
Yes, especially for the genres that it's trying to emphasize within this concept in and of itself.
With our understanding of how modern audiences will perceive this film, but based on our own appreciation of this film's craft and how it works on a very multiple levels on a screenwriting standpoint, I'm proud to say that this film is great.
Yeah,
like it is it's proving that Jordan Peele is leveling up even more so as a film director. But I do have to take in consideration on
where that success is going to ultimately lie. Where is he going to be a commercial success, or is he going to be a I don't want to say indie success, but possibly
a middle ground auteur filmmaker?
Exactly.
But yeah, that was our review for Nope.
Guys, as always, if you like this particular this outing, please like, share, and subscribe. Please hit that bell down there at the bottom for notifications. Are you a fan of Jordan Peele's work? Which movies have you seen? And are you going to go out there and watch Nope? I hope you will.
And please be sure to check us on our social media outlets of Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram to see other what we feel about from other things that we don't have time to watch on this channel.
Because there's so much content out there, and it's just going to keep building and building and building.
Please like, share, and subscribe, and see you later.
Bye.